What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense, or Mims as I'm known. We're getting right to it. Y'all, I've been looking at everything. I've been looking at people's reviews. I've been looking at the Shade Room. I've been looking at everybody's concept of right and wrong. And I'm like dead set in the middle. So I thought it was important. Last time my live got a little bit out of control. If you were here last time, some people made some pretty good points on both sides. I sound like Trump. Busy was on. Busy was, well, he could barely talk. He had a different opinion. I will say that I do think that we are being manipulated. I saw this video where people were saying that Jada had laughed and how inappropriate it was. And I took that at face value. But then I did a little bit more digging, and I'm going to show you guys what I think after I show you what really happened, because a lot of you hit me up about it. I'm going to have a round table of people coming in and out. So first up is Busy. What's up? I can't hear you.
I muted myself. And you know what? I just said I could talk this time, and now I couldn't. Can you hear me now?
Everybody in the chat? Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, Chi-Town, Autumn's mom, Corey, Angela, Callie.
You feel like we're being manipulated?
I do. I saw that video and I took it at face value. And it wasn't until, you know how you can't tell Gabor nothing.
Right.
You tell Gabor something and he wants legitimate facts. There's not much room for wiggle room with Gabor. And so when I told him about the video, he was like, well, did you see her face? And I was like, no. I was like, no, I didn't see the face. And so I did a little digging. I'm going to show that. I think Gabor will be up a little bit. I'll wait a little bit to show that. Did you know that he had a non-verbal learning disability, Chris Rock?
No, I did not know that.
Gabor hears nothing.
He don't hear nothing. If he wants the facts, and he'll argue you down about if you have them or not. That's what I love about him. You're like, well, did you see it? Did you hear it? Did you see it? But I can't. He cannot believe it if he didn't see it or see it or hear with his own 2 eyes and 2 ears.
Y'all, we got conspiracy theories. Did I put the conspiracy theory up here? We have conspiracy theories about whether he had on a facial implant.
The man was slapped. Like it don't get no different. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. He was slapped. Now, I will say I was questioning him positioning himself towards the slap. That was weird to me. As Will Smith has walked to the stage, he's like, here's my face. And I felt like that was weird. That's the only thing. I was like, why are you not backing up? This is not a part of the bit. He shouldn't be walking up on the stage. And it seemed like he put his hands behind his back and then put his face forward. Almost like he was pledging.
It might be one of those nonverbal learning disabilities. So basically, I looked it up. And let's see, NVLD. Nonverbal learning disorder is a learning disability that causes difficulty with motor, visual, spatial, and social skills. Children with NVLD are often well-spoken and can write, but struggle with subtle social cues and comprehension of abstract concepts. So the conversation in my mind goes, if you are aware that social cues aren't your thing because he got diagnosed with it in 2020, when do you curtail behaviors that could be considered socially incorrect, not socially, like you're not picking up on social cues? This man has been awarded his whole life for this type of behavior because he doesn't have that on and off switch that would tell him this is right or wrong. Right. That's extreme, but you know what I mean.
No, I definitely
so why
understand.
would you then go off script?
It's what he's normally. excuse me, is what he's normally done. And I didn't think that the off scriptness was too far. He's a comedian. He gets on stage. I want to remind y'all why y'all had me host this, years ago, and maybe I can get a hosting gig again. And I have a show coming up, so I'm still funny. Let me just hit a 1-2 real quick before I give out this award. He's a comedian,
right? So it was important for me to have Busy on here because, like I told you guys, he's nonviolent. I categorically do not agree with what Will Smith did. However, I can see that there are nuances, there are layers, and I do believe that you can't hit somebody and then tell them or dictate how hard they hit you back. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That may not have been funny to Will Smith, and although I don't agree with his behavior, I'm astute enough to know that if I say something to somebody as an attack, something might happen. Maybe they will attack me verbally. In 2022, they will have attacked you physically. Right?
If we look at it as an attack, Will Smith himself is a comedian. He's joked and roasted people like the rest of them.
I don't remember his stand-up.
And y'all make sure y'all follow House of Eric because he pulled up those same clips where he was Will Smith is picking on bald people. He has clips of him doing the same exact thing. No, he was on the Arsenio Hall show just picking somebody out of the audience. But now that it's someone else, it's a different. It's almost like he's like, I had no idea this was a joke. He knows Chris Rock very well. They're both known in the industry. This is everyone coming together at a work conference, and we know that this happens every year. Someone's gonna be joking on someone. It's a part of the show. It's a part of the concept. We already know that it's going to happen. And now that it's your turn, you hitting people. I understand that words hurt. I understand that you can hurt someone's feelings. You can make someone frustrated, and sometimes people lose their cool. They lose, the decorum goes out the window, and their frustration overcome them. That it doesn't make their reaction right. You just can't bring gums to a knife fight.
I just want people to cop to the fact that and I've had this conversation with you offline. I've had this conversation with Jolene offline. Once you initiate something with somebody, it could, you never know. You can't tell water which direction to go.
And that's true. If they didn't have that rapport.
Say that again?
It would be different though if they didn't have that. I think Chris Rock didn't pull a seat filler out of the audience. He pulled people that he's known for years out of the audience.
You chose the man whose night. This was his night. Right? Like, okay, Sassy Girl says that's what his show Everyone Hates Chris is about. He thought Will was going to whisper something to him. That's what I believe. It's true. I mean, he might have thought it was a bit. I don't know. I got a super chat. It says, Will Smith watches Mama beat his father daily, and it was his biggest regret in life. I did hear that. I did think excuse me, Mama, but I did think it was a little weird that we've never seen you before. And this happens, and the next day you're doing an interview. I've never seen Will Smith's mom ever in my life. Had you?
I have not as well. I have heard about his book and everything that happened in his book. And are we now letting childhood trauma now dictate also everyone's actions as well? We claim therapy.
I thought this was Will Smith's mama up until Monday. That's who I thought was Will Smith's mama.
I can't. I know that there was a lot that was in his book. I didn't read the book. Did you read his book? I heard it was really good. I heard it was really good. And he came out about a lot of stuff that he wished he would have done and people he would have protected and how, how far, he saw that go and how he wants to change. Slapping people in the middle of an award show, I just don't think that that's it.
Again, I don't condone his behavior, but I do. I had a conversation with somebody who did not want to come on today. But the conversation was they are a Black woman, and they said that they had never seen a Black man defend a Black woman like that before. And that's why they applauded what he did.
What? Go to the civil rights movement. It's happened before. Now in this modern day and modern time, if y'all look at standing up for her as him going to an award ceremony and slapping someone during his night as standing up for her, then maybe that's what y'all looking at, and maybe that's the type of trauma or problems that y'all want to cause and create. It's his night, and it's like, yeah, you better slap them for me on the night of your award ceremony. Can you think of what can be happening with Will Smith's career now that slap is over? It was cute in the moment, but I don't foresee longevity and the success that he has had in his career continuing after this. Like, everybody loved Will Smith, and he's lost a fan in me, and not his actions, but then also having to be beat up by the people who feel like people should be beat up for what they say. They've all leave a nasty taste in my mouth, which lets me know that if he does another I Am Legend, I won't be there. And those people who like to see people get slapped, they're not going to be in the movie theater watching and buying those things either. They probably didn't watch that movie that he won an award for. They probably are not going to watch any of the other things that he's been in. They're just going to celebrate the fact that he hit somebody, because it's statistically shown that those girls who love to see the people fight, they don't be watching those TV shows. They don't be watching those movies. They don't come out in drones to support the people that they claim to support.
Really? Because
really,
I saw somebody attack somebody and their career skyrocketed.
Who? First of all, she was barely on. Cardi B was barely on. She was barely on. Was her album out yet?
Yes, this woman was.
I thought Bodak Yellow was out.
She was out. She was a viable music artist.
She was a Love and Hip Hop star.
No, she was viable. I mean, you could say what you want about her, but the thing that I think that is very important to point out is the fact that as a society, we elevate celebrity to this godlike standard. And so when a celebrity does something that we don't necessarily like, we will make rationalizations for their behavior. And for all those people who really like Will, they really didn't see a problem with that, or Jada's fans even. And then the Chris Rock fans definitely didn't like it. And don't get me wrong, there are people who are nonviolent, like Busy. I don't know who he's a fan of, but you know,
I am a Will Smith. I never thought Chris Rock was funny. Never liked him. I've always been a Will Smith fan. I love the way that he's carried himself. I thought his acting was impeccable. I love the motivation. When I listen to motivational speeches or videos, I'm always waiting to hear what Will Smith has to say, if he has something about it. Just the way that he has always pushed through society. I understand mistakes and all of these things that happen. I feel like this is the time that you show your ad. I don't know.
Well, I want to say that that's a good point, because I don't think people are really discussing this. Will Smith has had this impeccable brand almost since the start. I was discussing this with Gabor a little bit earlier. I think he would be the equivalent to Reese Witherspoon as a male, just America's sweetheart, right? But how much of that is real? How much of that is authentic? That's a movie star projecting the image that he knows will keep the box office high. Speaking of which, what's up, Gabor?
J-Big!
What's good? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
What's up? I'm just getting in from the gym.
As always.
Got a super chat. It says Chris came for Jada before, and that's what made the two fall out. Plus, it gave Chris a huge step up. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jamie. So we were kind of touching on celebrity and how people value celebrity and how people will make rationalizations for their favorite celebrity. I used her as an example because her career was not hurt or tarnished after she physically assaulted somebody or got into a fight. And in fact, most people said Nicki Minaj shouldn't have said anything about her child. They don't like Nicki Minaj. And so it was okay that she behaved this way. So I think that not enough people are owning the fact that they're allowing their favorite celebrity to act the fool, and it's okay. What do you think, Gabor?
I mean, I'm really not a big fan of Will or Chris Rock, but I do think that, like I said, y'all already know. I do feel bad for Chris Rock. I honestly don't think that he meant any harm in what he said, but he did attack her before. The first time it was a joke. The second time it's an attack. I don't like what Will Smith did. Well, I don't agree with what Will Smith did, but I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. To me, I feel like Jada was under attack. She was under attack. He made a joke about
one quick
every
joke.
time you made it, but you did it in 2016. I was a part of your opening monologue in 2016. You talked about me the last time you took the Oscar stage. When you hosted the Oscars, and you're gonna come back and say something about me 6 years later with all these people in the audience, everything that's going on in the world.
You sitting right there in front of me, like,
I should be respected. She should be respected by sitting right there in front of you. You got to read the room. You gonna talk about the bitch whose husband is sitting right here, right in front of you?
Yes,
they got quick,
that's how you read it.
And that's why he made it to the stage so quick. That's why he made it to the stage so quick. You should have talked about somebody way in the back if you weren't gonna do nothing bad.
I didn't think it was like no one would assume 6 years later you about to bring up that joke from 6 years later. So now I'm coming on the stage. I'm seeing who can I do a quick joke with. Y'all saw Megan Thee Stallion get up there. Zendaya wasn't a part of that rap until she saw her standing by her left. There's Zendaya in the crowd. Who's ever in my periphery, let me just get a quick 1-2 off and let me just go. Jada Smith is not a victim here. He did one little can't wait to see you, and here let's keep it moving.
I can't wait to see you as a white bulldagger.
Girl, your hair shut off the feel. What if he would have said set it off too? He
should have listen. If he talked about it in the first opening monologue, the first thing, he should have never said nothing else about it again. I don't care if he said her toenail was chipped. You need to, you might get slapped.
So there was nothing he could have even said about her that
no.
Feel like it
Keep
was.
My wife's name out of your mouth.
And I think you go there expecting that anybody could be talked about. It's not even like Jada Pinkett Smith is not a part of the
busy. If it was your night, if it was your night, if we were going somewhere to honor you, I would not attack Taylor Bay because I want your night to be perfect. I would want this night for you to be perfect.
Is also not a part of the industry. He didn't pick a random person out. Jada Pinkett Smith is a part of the industry. She won't let us forget. She got the red table talk. She's in our face talking about who she slept with, what infidelities.
What they got to do with Chris Rock though?
She's a part of she's not removed from the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think that if Chris would have made a personal attack about Javier Bardem's wife, is that his name? Javier Bardem, Penelope Cruz. Like if he would have said Penelope Cruz looks like a bird, she got bird-like features, and then moved on to Jada's bald head, I think it would have been different. But he didn't. He chose to personally attack this woman. Again, I'm not condoning the fact that Will hit him, but it does for the human aspect. I don't put celebrities on this high pedestal to think that they don't eat, sleep, shit, poop, whatever. So you can have a breaking point. Would it be my breaking point? No, but I don't think that people are allowing this man to be human. And everybody's like, it's the Oscars. It's the Oscars. My friend just told me there was a fight at Walmart. 2 dudes jumped this dude. It was a road rage incident. Fights happen. Y'all have all seen a fight. So why is this slap the biggest thing in the world?
I don't know if it's the biggest thing in the world
because Will Packard hosted it. So it's turning into the biggest thing in the world right now because Will Packard hosted it, and people are saying that he used black privilege and left Will there, told Will Smith he didn't have to leave, and now everybody's want to know why he wasn't escorted out.
No, okay. So I do think it's turning into the biggest thing in the world when you got people talking about they're scared to go on stage.
Look at zoom in on the gums.
I'm not doing
If we telling jokes though, if we physically attacking people, let's zoom in on the gums.
I'm not doing that. The point that I'm making is
people have been attacked on
stage.
Busy.
People
have been sorority sister.
That is, yes.
People have been attacked on stage before. They've been attacked on stage before. So why is this attack prompting you to say you can't go on stage? You're scared. This is not anything that's new. Violence is nothing that's new.
But Mims though,
it's more condoned.
She's also gaslighting it. She's also gaslighting it, saying that if I say a joke that people doesn't like, he told a joke that was attacking his wife.
You don't have to worry about that. We haven't thought you told a joke that people did like since Comic View.
Oh no! Wait a minute now. Cheryl is funny. But she on strike 2 for me. She got one more strike.
I got a super says I will continue to support both of them because that's what the elites want us to do is cancel 2 black men, and I will not bend for them. Thank you so much. Hey,
sassy girl.
Yeah, don't bend, sassy. I don't think that it's. I think that this is what the issue is. Because anybody hitting anybody to me is a problem. I don't care who you are. Ain't no pedestal here. You don't touch anyone. And I'm saying, here's the past. You are human. And I saw you make that human action and that human error, what have you. Now it's time to also hit you with what other humans get as well. Locked up, or they get fines, or they get slapped with consequences. You can do whatever you want to do. It was in poor taste for me. But there is also this thing that we call the law. Okay, he got security as well. He know what it means to have security and people. He doesn't want people to come around him and touch him. He got gates around his house and everything else. He knows what it means to be secure when you don't want to be touched or somebody to be around you. I'm sure Will Smith knows that. And what he did is got into someone's personal space and touched them. And now what happens is that we bring in the law because there are consequences for your actions. Okay, you did lose. You're cool. You did have a human moment. You were affected. You were defending your wife's honor. All of those things also come with consequences. And I think that the problem is people are upset that people feel like there should be consequences. And that's where the line is getting blurred for me. This man got up there and whether y'all like it or not, he committed a crime on national television. He slapped that man. Now, it could be assault in some states. It's a crime. You do not put your hands on me.
A crime?
It is a crime.
Well, I mean, assault is a crime.
I'm joking.
I was like, wait,
he committed a crime. It could be battery in some states. It could be assault in some states. Either way, this man got up on national television and he committed the crime. And now I think that where the blurry line is whether or not people are like, it's not that big of a deal. Whether or not y'all feel like the joke is a big deal.
I think it's what you're saying. Okay, this is the thing. It was a crime. He was wrong. I don't think that people are saying that he shouldn't have to deal with consequences. He definitely should deal with consequences. I don't think that anybody is saying that, but y'all are acting like Jada was not under attack. Jada was under attack. This is the second time this man said something to her.
There's verbal abuse too.
Exactly. It was verbal abuse. How much can somebody take?
Put a cease and desist out.
But my whole thing is if he wouldn't have came up, okay, let me be quiet because y'all gonna think I condone violence. I don't condone violence. I'm just not mad at Will. It ain't enough. So he shouldn't have did it, but I understand. Hey, Rebecca McCarthy.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Rebecca. I want to play this because this was the clip we were talking about, Gabor, and I want you to see like the subtle differences in it. Let me put up my banner because I don't want them to try to get me again. Okay. So this was the first one that I saw everybody was playing.
Here is an angle most people have not seen. Look at Jada's reaction.
Okay, right? So when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, Jada, why was she laughing? But out of context, this is what happened without the words added, without the sound. That woman laughed at the joke that Chris Rock made. She wasn't.
No,
just
she did
laughing at
not. That she did. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are getting it confused.
No, hold on,
Wait.
Gabor, hold on. What I'm saying is, out of context, it looked like she was laughing at Will Smith smacking him. That's what I saw. I also saw this video with people with no sound, and it just showed her doing that, and it looks like that. What I'm giving her is, this is an uncomfortable moment. Chris Rock turns it into a joke. I think it's okay that she would laugh. That's what everybody else in the audience did. Lupita laughed. Everybody laughed. Maybe it was to calm the moment down. We don't know. But I'm saying the first video definitely leads people to believe this woman was laughing and excited about Chris slapping this man. See what I mean?
When you say, but no, what I'm saying is you keep saying that she was laughing at the joke. She was not laughing at the joke. She was laughing after the slap. The joke about her hair, she was not laughing at. So
no,
the joke
Gabor hit Chris Rock's joke. I'm talking about Chris Rock's joke.
No, there were 2 jokes that he said. He said about 3 jokes of the situation. When you say she was laughing at the joke, you have to clarify it was the joke after Will slapped him. It wasn't
right. You could see that Will was walking away from the slap. Did you see the video?
I feel like it was a nervous laugh. I don't even think that she was laughing at anything that was being said. I think at this point it was just like, okay.
And we honestly,
Damn.
we could use context clues and say that she was laughing, but we couldn't even really see her face.
Everybody else
Her
was
body
laughing. We could hear
gestures.
the laugh track.
We didn't hear Jada.
We talked about this
we
before
didn't
you
hear
came
Jada.
on. I was letting the people know if Gabor can't see the face, he's not going to say what happened.
We don't know what she was doing. I don't know what she was doing.
Hold on, I got a super chat.
She could have been crying.
Thank you
Didn't
so
know
much.
if she wanted to get up and leave. I don't know.
So are comedians only allowed one joke every 6 years per celebrity? LOL. Oscar hosts, presenters roast the A-listers every year. It's tradition. Thank you so much for the super chat.
He
Not
wasn't a
anymore.
host, Mama. He wasn't a host, Harlan.
Look, he came up to do a quick segment.
Well, baby, you let him talk about you. Let him talk about you and roast you.
Girl, the thing is, I would have to be that much in the public eye for him to be wanting to do that. And I would have a problem with you saying, if Chris Rock was saying my name, I'm doing something right, at least, because why you even know me?
So what if
Okay,
he
so-
was roasting Tay?
Okay,
What if
so
he was
let's
roasting
take
Tay
this.
on your big night?
That's what I'm
Why
saying.
you
So
even
let's
know
just say, I'm not gonna say their name. I'm gonna say, let's just say we was at some YouTube award show 6 years ago, and you know, JY had said something about Tay 6 years ago.
Yeah. See,
you.
I think
And
that the
then
difference is Jada Pinkett Smith is a part of the industry. Like, we're trying to make it seem like she's removed from the industry. She is not like a regular person sitting there. This is a power couple. As much as he's in the media, so is she. I've been hearing more about what was going on with her bedroom down to the Red Table Talk than I even knew about this movie even being out. Like, I knew that the most I knew about the movie is that Beyonce was singing on behalf of it because she sang something on or during it. And I kept calling it King something else before I realized that it was about the Tennis Girls sisters, because the last moment was about whether or not Laverne Cox was talking about who Jada Pinkett Smith was sleeping with. Like, she has been the headline. It's not like she's just this unknown individual sitting by her. Her vagina has been across the headlines.
Baby, let me tell you, just because her vagina was across the headlines don't mean that she should be attacked for it. She should be attacked. So I just feel I'm never going to agree with that. I'm never going to agree with that. To me, like I said, in 2016, one time it could be a joke. The second time it's an attack. Every time you take the Oscar stage, you talking about Jada now? Is that what we doing?
I don't know what type of voodoo she did on y'all, but that Red Table Talk got y'all shook. Anything she come out with at the Red Table Talk, y'all afraid that people can't talk about. Oh no, she said at the Red Table Talk. Don't talk about vagina.
Why are we talking about the Red
Table?
Table? Why? But my thing is, why are we talking about the Red Table Talk? Chris never said anything
that's where the
about
power is.
Chris never said nothing about the Red Table Talk.
I feel like that's where the power is. I feel like she do the voodoo at the Red Table, and now it got all of the people who follow her. They got whatever she says that the Red Table is sacred. So when one person says
Nobody
the
said
entanglements,
nobody
Laverne,
said-
she's so crazy. She shouldn't bring up entanglements. Okay, well now we said about here. Oh no, she got alopecia. Anything at the red table talk you can't bring up. This lady is giving her business.
Well, we
down
could,
to
if we would have
Facebook.
asked, if somebody would have asked Laverne if she pre-op, it would have been a problem. So
But
we
she's
can't
not
pick
doing
and choose what we're
Facebook
gonna talk
shows.
about.
She's not
What?
doing Facebook shows about her
But
business.
she's standing up here with a look. Busy. We
In
can't
all
pick and
fairness,
choose now.
no, hold on. That's what we were talking about, Gabor. In all fairness, if somebody would have said something about Laverne in that moment, you can't tell them how hard to hit you back.
You
Just
talking about me in my
devil's
bedroom?
advocate.
I'm gonna ask you about something in your bedroom. Is it 2 shovels in the bedroom or is it not?
That's my point. We talked about it earlier. I do not condone what Will did. However, you can't tell somebody how hard to hit you back. And
That's
this
true.
was Will hitting back. I don't agree with it, but it happened. And I just
Well, he wasn't hitting
something
back,
else.
he was hitting for because it was in defense of.
There was some other stuff that I don't really like. I don't know if y'all saw all this, but I didn't like this at all.
What?
The real problem.
I don't like
I
it.
will
Narcissist,
say
Narcissist,
the girls
cheater,
have been coming
toxic,
after her today. Like she
mentally
has been the
abusive.
topic.
I didn't
don't
like
it.
this.
I
I
don't
didn't
like
like
this.
this at
First of
all.
all, Jada is a rebel and people can't take it. Okay.
Shit, yeah.
Jada, first of all, Jada and Will are in a relationship. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, we wouldn't even have known. We have heard rumblings from years about their relationship, but we would have never known that she slept with August Alsina if August didn't tell us. It wasn't like she went to the Red Table Talk and said, "Hey, I'm sleeping with August," so people could know that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. But no matter what's going on with her, we have to be very careful on because it seemed like now we got to protect only certain Black women. Only certain Black women need to be protected, and they got to have a clean slate. So because she stepped out on her marriage with her husband's blessing. Because let's not forget, August Alsina said that he got Will's blessing. She stepped out on her marriage because her husband's blessings. We gonna attack her forever? She could be the butt of a joke all the time now.
I don't know if it's there's a difference for me here. So when you open up your life for public consumption and scrutiny, then I feel like there's just a level of commentary that is gonna happen, and you cannot then get mad at it. You cannot put a book out. It would be like Superhead getting upset if someone's like, okay, so have you been, sucked lately? And she's like, well, how dare you? Like, but you got a whole book, a series of books about how you were sleeping with the industry, but now we can't talk about it.
I could bet you my last dollar Laverne would have not had asked Kim Kardashian how did Ray J penis fell in her mouth. I could bet you my last dollar she would have never asked him that. She would have never asked her that.
Maybe not. But there's she has enough other things to bring up. There's an embarrassment book for Kim Kardashian that we can bring up. This lady is sitting here and she opens up her life, her and her husband's life, down to that little table on Facebook. And now it's our turn to speak out about it. And
do we got to speak about it at a award show, though? At an award show?
We can. This is the time where all of us come together and communicate about it.
I just feel like that there are nobody has ever said anything about Melania's sex tape when she was being talked to with President Trump.
Everybody took both of them as a joke. It was enough jokes about Trump.
They never did it in their face, though.
What?
I ain't never seen nobody ask Melania about her sex tape. Never.
Even down to the White House press secretaries, down to the White House dinners, correspondence dinners, they would get dragged in their faces. In their faces. To me, I don't think it was that strange for Chris Rock to walk on the stage, pick a couple of people out. He knows Will Smith and Jada. And look, girl, G.I. Jane too. If he would have said, who did she play and set it off to? If he would have said set it off, part 2, can't wait to see it.
He should have never said nothing to her. I honestly, my deepest feelings is you had already talked to her in 2016. Anything that he would have said to her, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Will had every right to anything that he would have said to her this time. I feel like she was under attack.
Yeah.
Anything that he said to her this, he should have never said nothing else to her if you had already made her the ass of your joke in 2016. That's how I feel, honestly. It was too many people in the audience he could have went at. It was too many people in the audience he could have went with that. But to me, I just that's how I feel.
I feel like Chris Rock felt the weight of that hit, and he didn't want another hit. To be honest with you, I really do feel like
I felt bad for Chris too, though. I did feel
I
bad for
felt like Will is a very large man. Will has done all kinds of training for all these movies, including Ali. I think that hit was a horrible, horrible wake up call for Chris Rock. I don't think that the joke that he made, as long as he did not have knowledge of the alopecia, was in any way worth what he got in return. But some people, I don't know. I do not, in my heart of hearts, believe that Chris Rock knew that woman had alopecia.
I don't think it mattered. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I don't think that it mattered if she had alopecia or not. You talked about her in 2016. Am I wrong? Am I tripping here? Don't tell me, because I see the odds that y'all are doing is making me feel like he attacked her in 2016, the last time he took the Oscar stage.
I do think that we need to protect Black women. I do think that we need to protect Black women, but I also put things in context. In context, this was a gig that he had to perform. Sometimes he goes off the cuff, and I do not think that this man deserved the backhanded slap. I can sympathize with Will.
I don't think it was backhanded. I think it was open-handed.
You know what I meant. See what I mean about Gabor? Gabor is very literal. He will let
that was 6 years ago. I also don't think that this is on. If we gotta be, I don't think that was also on Chris Rock's mind. Like, look, I did this joke 2006. 6 years has passed. Unless Will and Jada have come out and said, I don't want him talking about my wife anymore. Like, I don't think that 6 years later, he's now walking on the stage thinking, "Oh, make sure say anything because 6 years ago you said the same thing. You may ruffle some feathers from 6 years. Now it's like everybody's tracking every comment that they make. Oh, what 13 years ago? What is this Black Twitter? We're gonna be pulling up stuff from
wait a minute, hold on,
14
busy.
years ago.
Literally, when I was watching it live, literally when he said it, I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, you just talked about her in 2016. Baby, we need some more material. We're not gonna keep on talking about Jada. We're gonna have to get some more material, baby.
I mean, you got to put it into perspective. This woman was,
and if he didn't remember, it was Will's. Will had every right to remind him, and that's what the open hand was for. Pop! You did it in 2016. And
this was Will's night. This was Will's big night. This was his woman. She came out. She looked great.
He ruined it himself, and everybody else's night too.
I wanna. The chat is still split. I was hoping that there would be more of people leaning one way or the other after a few days had passed, but no, it seems like
what are they split on though? Let's take a poll.
I don't think that nobody. I think that everybody can agree that Will was wrong. He should not have hit that.
Not in this chat.
Can we?
No.
Let's take a poll. Okay, if you think that Will was wrong, put yes.
But wait a minute, hold on. Wait. We gotta say if we think that Chris was wrong. I think that everybody can agree that Will was wrong. I think that people are split on whether Chris was wrong or not, or did Chris started or not. To me, that's what I think it's coming down to.
Let's do two polls. The first poll.
Okay.
Do you think Will was wrong? 1 for yes, or put yes, and then put 2 or no. And we'll let the numbers come in. Okay, we got
everybody
yes.
Know, I'm yes. Everybody know Will was wrong.
Okay, so we got
everybody's saying
everybody's all yes. This is all yes.
I told you everybody agree that he's wrong, but where y'all are trying to make it seem like that Chris didn't do nothing, and that's the issue. Chris started
next
it.
One was Chris wrong. Put a 3 for yes and a 4 for no. Was Chris wrong? A 3 for yes and a 4 for no.
Yeah, it's all one so far.
Oh, see, this is split.
Yeah, we're getting some
Yeah.
threes. Somebody said 2. They said F it. We're gonna say what we want. 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
So there's more. This is kind of split.
3,
I
3,
said yes to your
3,
mama
4.
and yes to you dating me. Yes,
What was
we
wrong?
could be
You be
together, but you gotta wait for me.
for
It's
me the
split.
first time. It is split.
It's split.
So it's a toss up between whether or not I'm seeing more 4s though.
Yeah, everybody. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think it boils down to. Everybody can agree that Will was wrong. The issue is that Chris started it. You had already attacked her before. We get that you're a comedian, but it's too many people out here for you to keep on coming back at her. After you talked about Penelope and her husband, you could have just opened that envelope and started talking about, you know what I'm saying? And you could, what's good, Dion? But you could have just opened up that envelope and gave the award out. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to say nothing to Jada. Nothing.
I'm seeing more 4s. I'm seeing more.
We talking about what the issue is. Everybody know that Will was wrong. Everybody
Yeah,
know that Will was wrong.
Chris,
And if
that
you know,
Chris was
and
not
if you
wrong.
know, and if you know you ain't about that life, you don't make no joke about nobody who right here who could get up on the stage in 5 seconds, who could make contact with you in 5 seconds.
Yeah, and we need to arrest Will Packard too because ain't no reason why this
Arrest?
man said me and you sat right down.
Arrest him?
Oh, y'all know how I do. I want everybody locked up. Ain't no reason why you got on the stage and you slapped me and you got to sit back down in your seat. I want everybody arrested.
So, guys, I wanted to talk about the NVLD. I told the board a little bit earlier. That's the nonverbal learning disability that Chris Rock has. So I was waiting for you to come up before I played this. This is him actually talking about it with Whoopi and Joy.
Child.
Here you go. Let us.
The first time. I'm so impressed with that. And being diagnosed with something called a nonverbal learning disorder. What is that? Is that like dyslexia, sort of like a learning disorder like that? How has it affected you throughout your life? Tell us.
Okay, how do I explain it? It's like a friend of mine said I may have Asperger's. And I got myself tested, so I had to go through this what's the word? I had to get tested in a
battery of tests.
Yeah, battery of tests. So like 9 hours of tests, like tests you would give whatever, right? And they came back. They said you don't have Asperger's, but you have something very close to it, and it's called NVLD, nonverbal learning disorder. And one of the things is I have a hard time picking up social cues. Like when I talk to people, I hear the words, but if you're mad at me, if you're feeling a certain way, I might have a hard time picking that up. And it's really great. I'm talking like Joy is here right now because I remember when I was young, every now and then Joy and Susie Essman would pull me to the side and like kind of give me like etiquette lesson. And kind of like, dude, what's up with you? You're not like asking questions. You're not like, so they even knew back then I was a little off. Joy, am I making this up?
Can I tell you? One time, no, you're not. One time, you're such a sweet guy, you know. I said to you, I need to go home and I don't have a lift. Can you give me a lift home? And there you were with your convertible and your fabulous, you were already a star. And I said, would you give me a ride home? So you said, sure, get in the car. And the whole ride, you were on the phone talking to somebody else. I was like, okay, I guess I'm not here right now. That might be an example of a social distancing, what's the word, miscommunication problem there. But Asperger's, no, not that bad.
It's not quite that bad, but it's, I process information kind of slow. I hear everything, I remember everything.
Big chills.
My reaction time is kind of slow, and I didn't know I had it. So there was a lot of anxiety. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, "What's wrong with me?" So I'm like, I used to have like this squirrel-like energy.
Oh man,
where like a squirrel, you can't sneak up on a squirrel. It's always alert. He's scared all the time, and that's gone. I'm much more relaxed now. I'm actually easier to be around. So you're around me now.
Well, okay, so look.
You know what, Chris?
I'm around.
Okay. So does that give you any more insight? Like
Who, me?
anybody busy?
Child, that man has came too far to be sitting up here talking about a learning disability. That man came too far and too privileged to sit up here talking about a learning disability. Now, is he 6 years too late?
But y'all sitting here talking about whether or not Will Smith.
I didn't say
Don't
nothing about Will
Smith
Smith.
got trauma.
I never said that. That never came out of my mouth. That was Mims who said that. I was listening before I came on. That was not me. I ain't saying nothing about no Will trauma and stuff. You know, I don't believe in that.
Okay. So basically, I could see a comedian not being able to take social cues and going further than they might possibly than someone without that disability going. Can we agree with that?
6
No,
years too late. He didn't get in 6 years too late that he wasn't supposed to make. Okay. Y'all, come on, y'all. We gotta be real now. But
I think this makes a little bit more sense.
What?
With the way he asks, with the way that.
So he sure learned that Will was upset when he got slapped. He sure knew real quick that he had messed up then.
Did he? Because he just said, "Wow." You know, because he said he could look at the words. Y'all ain't never date nobody who be like, "I said I love you." Like, just take the words. You're looking for emotion. This is like, I'm really enjoying today. Y'all never dated somebody who's like that. I'm enjoying today, and I feel like that's what he looks at the world like. Like, I'm hearing your words, but all of the other social cues or social norms I'm not really getting, because I always felt like there was something off.
Oh, Lena, that's so sweet. Lena said explains why he did not defend himself when Will walked up on him.
That is very true.
It is. That's true.
Yeah.
It's very true. If you don't pick up on social cues and he's not accustomed to people doing that, it would explain a lot. It would explain why he.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying though. I just don't. My whole thing is though. I'm not gonna be attacked and keep on taking punch after punch just because somebody's slow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be abused by somebody just because they gonna pick up on social cues. You're gonna have to learn real quick now. You saying that people could be abused because people got to be abused by Chris Rock because he don't pick up on social cues?
We talked about that a little bit earlier too.
I'm just saying though, y'all making it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got to be the ass for his jokes all the time because he can't. You know what I'm saying? No. That man came too far in life. That man came too far to be sitting up here talking about he got something now. What happens is when rich people get money and stuff, they start coming up with all kind of diseases and stuff that they got, all kind of traumas and stuff from way back in the days that ain't the regular person go through right now. Me, Busy, and Mills probably got NVLD right now. And ain't nobody checked on us to see if we got it. So, no.
Oh, man. What is happening? I need Ebby to be here. How did we get here? So yeah, some other stuff that I didn't really like was some of the conspiracy theories. Like they said he had on some type of something on his face. I don't believe that. I believe the slap was real. There's one about Jada that I really didn't like because it's
now that made me think something. It gave me that right there. Give me radio.
The face?
Yeah, it give me radio. Like, who smiles like that with a hand going to their face?
Maybe he didn't think it was so. And can you put that picture back up? Because with the way that I heard the slap, that elbow don't seem like. I thought that the hand was really going back like this, but unless it was like a real quick love tap, that looked love tap slappy.
I mean, he did lean into the slap, but I think that, it's a socially awkward moment. And if
his hands are behind his back, he did everything right. He could sue if he needed to and get money. His hands were behind his back. He was not on the defense. He actually was leaning in.
I feel bad.
A lawyer would eat these people up.
I do honestly feel bad.
No, I honestly 100%. I feel horrible for Chris, but but Chris is wrong. Chris was wrong too. That's all I'm saying. I feel horrible for Chris. Could you imagine becoming a millionaire, becoming a comic, becoming a millionaire, being one of the top comics in the world, and then for somebody to just slap you on TV and this will become a part of your legacy. I feel real bad. I feel horrible for him. You know what I'm saying? And having to go on, Chris should. Honestly, I feel like Will should have been removed. It shouldn't even have came down. It shouldn't have even came down to whether Chris wanted him removed or not. He just should have been removed. Period. I feel horrible for Chris, but Chris has to take accountability in what he did too. That's all I'm saying.
Do we believe that the Oscars actually asked him to leave? I think it probably went something like this.
Absolutely not.
I believe they went up to his PR people and was like,
your awards
do you
next.
think Will is okay? No, because it was still 20 minutes after, I think they said. Do you think that, what should we do? Do you think that Will is okay to finish? And Will was probably like, yeah, I'm good to finish. And that was that. I don't think that they asked Will Smith, the biggest actor who was going to win the biggest award for the night, to leave. I just think now that there's outrage, all of a sudden, we asked you Will to leave. I think they're trying to cover their ass.
Yeah, they didn't.
And this is also why Will Packer needs to be arrested, because there's no reason why
too far.
That man sat there.
Where is that part of the law? That's not part of the law now. Come on now, arrested Will Packer.
I just need to make sure that they're there when it's time for me to serve them. I don't think that this man should have been able to slap me. Now, if you're saying he defended his wife, then go right ahead, sure. Okay, but he doesn't slap me and then berate me from his seat after attacking me, verbally attacking me after he slapped me. Now we're gonna say an eye for an eye. What's this? Because now you're attacking me and swearing at me from the stage, and I have to. This is a hostile work environment, and y'all let him sit there. They should have cut to commercial, and he should have been removed immediately. We have footage of him saying the same thing twice. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. He's swearing at me from his seat. He should have been removed immediately. He should have been able to sit down with that smirk on his face. When he said leave my wife, that's when he should have been escorted. Him and his wife.
I agree that I can agree. He should have been escorted. He should have been escorted out immediately. But I do think that ain't nobody gonna convince me that he was asked to leave. Period. Nobody can convince me he was asked to leave. That's why
Tyler Perry handled that real quick.
Yeah, Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington. I'm pretty sure that they was like, look, it's those Oscars going to black actors and stuff are far and few in between, and they were not about to let him. When was the next time somebody was gonna win Best Actor? The last person to win Best Actor male was Forrest Whitaker in, I believe, 2007 for The Last King of Scotland. If I'm not mistaken. That was the last for Best Actor. Best Actor for the lead actor category. That was the last one.
And you have the likes of Denzel Washington, Forrest Whitaker. Slap him if you want to, Will Smith. I can't.
We're not gonna put that on his name though.
Real quick in the chat. Because let me not even lie. I wasn't watching the Oscars. Could you put a 1 in the chat if you were watching the Oscars before the fight, and a 2 if the only reason you know anything about the Oscars is because of the fight? I'm a number 2.
I was watching the whole thing.
I was not watching.
I called you. I called my mom.
Yeah, you called me.
Sanitra, and I called Busy.
Sure did. I was watching the Oscars because I loved that Bruno was they was gonna perform. Well, they didn't. We don't talk about Bruno. Beyonce was performing. And so I wanted to see that. And then I just stayed on. And then Regina Hall, like the host, they did an amazing job. So they also traumatized
me. Everybody was traumatized.
We're not watching this.
Everybody was traumatized, but they were still able to go put on a good show. Wanda Sykes around here talking about she was physically ill. I was physically ill. Come on now. Old girl came out there and said, Amy Schumer came out there and made a joke about it.
She did, yeah.
But now you sitting up here, you were so ill, you traumatized, but y'all went on and put on a miraculous show.
Oh, we're called The Crew. It's looking like most people were not watching it. It's a bunch of.
What was y'all watching? Because Candy in the Game's ratings went down too. What was y'all watching?
Ooh, I still haven't watched Candy in the Game.
He said so. Angela says he cracked on everybody. He went around the room.
No, he did not. He talked about Penelope Cruz and Javier.
Oh,
and then he talked about what's the name?
Not 1972. My God.
No,
and
somebody
Jada
wrote in
Pinkett-
somebody wrote on the show the show must go on, Gabor. But I feel like Wanda Sykes and Amy Schumer saying that they were traumatized and they felt physically ill after they saw that. They could have been like,
Yeah.
he get out of here or we not going back on.
Oh my God!
Period.
Can you imagine what that would have? What type of news line that would have made?
So I don't want to hear nobody traumatized except for Chris. Okay. I don't want to hear Cheryl Underwood scared to go on.
He is. Did y'all see the news of like now he's actually really afraid to perform? Do you have any of the articles?
Somebody was
memes
saying
about him being heckled and they had to be removed, and he was fighting the policeman.
the man was fighting the policeman. Yes,
Well,
he
was fighting the policeman because he didn't want to wear a mask, right? It was a mask policy thing. It wasn't anything.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
I saw that he was removed because Chris Rock was nervous. He's like, "Is this man now?" And you know what? This makes a little bit more sense. I'm sorry, Gabor. I'm on your side, Mims. This makes a little bit more sense now. If he's on stage, because from the article that I read and then the news clip that I saw, he was on stage giving his performance and then he stopped. And they said it was very awkward for a second. And he was looking at the man who was heckling him. And he said, "Oh my God, is this man now gonna slap me or shoot me?" Because now he has to ask questions now because he's not sure because of his learning disability. He can't
go back in the house. Go back in the house. Go back in the house.
Ain't gotta work.
You know what I'm saying? Child, please look. We ain't about to do that. We ain't about to do that now. You know what I'm saying? Go back in the house. It was a joke. It was a joke. But he did want, I'm pretty sure he is wondering if he's gonna have to always, if he's gonna be
watch his back. That's a fair statement.
No, not watch his back. If we're gonna talk about this Will thing forever, it's now a part of his legacy. It's now a part of his legacy. That is gonna be a part of his legacy. When you look up his Wikipedia
Brandy
now,
and Monica had to deal with it.
That was different.
This is different.
That wasn't on national TV. That we didn't see what Brandy said to Monica for Monica to become Gunica on her.
Don't do Monica.
So, but I honestly feel
I was
bad for
actually
both of
talking
them.
about being tied together for the rest of their life and for the rest of their career.
But we saw it. We saw this. But I honestly feel horrible for Chris and I feel horrible for Will Smith. I have been in situations before. No, I have been in situations where I have lost my cool and have been embarrassed afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Portia?
Like the first time when Portia lost her cool, I felt bad for her. I did. I was like, and I thought that she was going to be when somebody played you out of your spot, it is embarrassing because you let somebody get to you. If ain't nobody touch you, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason that you should put your hands on anybody. But I understand. And I feel bad for Will that's what I think the tears was for. I felt bad for Chris Rock for being slapped, but I don't think Jada did nothing wrong, and y'all not gonna convince me that she did. Period.
She did a spell. She took out those rocks and shells, and she said, and he went up on the stage and he smacked her.
Lies.
Kat says, if you're a strong and confident woman, you don't need a man to save you. Tired of everyone thinking this man breaking the law was some kind of hero. Jada did not tell his ass to act the fool.
Thank you.
That is true. Like, what if he's protecting her from what? Because at what point has Jada said did she come up with a statement and say she was under attack?
No, she said that this is healing season, meaning that she was gonna go fuck somebody else. That's what I took. Oh, I'm sorry, Mims. But she needed to be healed. The last time she said she needed to be healed, she had slept with August.
Jaden, I hope you ain't got no more of your friends at the house because she like to sleep with her children's friends when they come over to the house.
She said that she had, she said it's healing season, so that means that she in heat. But
does she have a statement? I want to know if she has a statement because everybody's saying that he did it in her honor. He was protecting his wife, and
the statement
this
says
6 years ago.
That's it.
I want to know what her statement is about. My husband was doing what he needed to do for me. Now I saw him come up on the stage with those same tears that he used in that Muhammad Ali movie. I get it. I want to know if she has said that he was defending me.
It's gonna come out on Red Table Talk.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Because there seems like a lot of assumptions that people are making, and they're running with that.
I wanted the Red Table Talk to come out today. Wait, what's up?
I said these seem like a lot of assumptions that people are running with.
No, she said only thing that she said was
me.
That's the only thing that I never. I said that I think that he felt that Jada was under attack. That's what I said. I didn't say that he was protecting her. But only thing that she said was that this is healing season. That's the only statement that she made. This is time for healing, or this is a time for healing, or something like that. And in my mind, that give me that she's in heat. Because the last time she said that she was in heat, last time she said that she was broken and she needed to be healed and she just needed to feel good. We was hearing about her with August. So I think that Jada should have said some different words. You know what I'm saying? This is a forgiveness season or something. But healing, she was using healing when she said that she was, riding on August. And, we seen how that turned out. She didn't heal him.
What do you think happens to Will Smith's career after this?
I don't think that it really matters for Will because he's going to produce his own movies in terms of him getting cast. I do think, though, people may not watch. That's the thing. Maybe his street cred in Hollywood will go down. Because
he already got his Oscar. He got more than a lot of people. A lot of people ain't never got no Oscar. He did damn good so far.
For the new people that just came in, I liken this to Cardi B. Do you think that Cardi B was wrong for attacking Nicki Minaj? Do you want to cancel Cardi B for what she did when she attacked Nicki Minaj?
She was talking about her daughter.
Well, the point is, in the chat, do you guys think that when Cardi B attacked Nicki Minaj a couple years ago, she should have been canceled?
It was about her daughter.
Out. But this is also rap. Like that, the culture of rap is different. Isn't that what y'all like to do in rap culture? Don't y'all like to shoot them?
Yeah.
Don't y'all like to shoot them, slap them, bust them up? Don't y'all like the piles stuff? Don't y'all even y'all be doing stuff like that? Is it Nicki Minaj new song? Blip, blip. Don't y'all like that type of stuff like that in the rap culture? So it makes sense.
No, I don't like the word y'all. What you mean? What are you trying to say?
Don't you like rap music?
Yeah, she was wrong. She was wrong, and she was looking for. To me, I like both of them, but I felt like that she was looking for a moment, and you can't put your hands on everybody. You can't.
It's split.
There are consequences. There are consequences because you know that the barbs are real. The barbs are real.
That's true.
I like what Callie said. I like what Callie said. Callie said Will Smith is a rapper. What are you talking about?
Girl, getting jiggy.
Summertime. Just the two of us. Come on. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Him and Jada making it, and y'all can't take it.
Barely. Girl, barely.
Are they barely making it?
When are we getting the red table?
I wanted it to come out by today. I hope that they would have already filmed it and it came out by today. But
I think Will hired a crisis team and they're gonna do everything. They're gonna put out a timeline. I talked to somebody. I made a couple. I'm telling you, I'm working for this channel. I reached out to a friend of mine. He's in PR in Black Hollywood, and I was like, "Look, I only need you for about 5
Black
minutes.
Hollywood, white Hollywood either."
Yeah, I only need you for about for 5 minutes to kind of discuss from a PR aspect." And he was like, "I'm not touching this, and I don't know anybody else who would. You just don't want to come out on the wrong side of this one." And he was like, "You can use this statement, but don't mention my name." And I was like, "Okay." Lunel, she said she would have come on to tell you a comedian's aspect of the breakdown, but she was on her way to Dallas. So I thought that was really cool that she was even willing to do my little ratchet show.
My Lunel?
Huh?
Yeah.
My Lunel?
She's your Lunel.
You know, I love
the one
Lunel.
who hosted the Zeus Jocelyn's Cabaret reunion.
That's what you know her for?
I'm just saying for the younger audience, those who saw Zeus and Jocelyn's Cabaret, she hosted a reunion last. I feel like at this point it's difficult if you say something if you don't. It does look like there is the tides are turning, and I'm actually concerned about Will Smith's career. Now it was cute when everybody was like, "Oh yeah, he should have slapped him," but now I'm starting to figure out and feel like I don't know why Hollywood gonna deal with this.
They not.
So yeah, shout out to Lunel. She has a comedy show in Dallas tonight. If you're in Dallas, go check her out. Tell her Mim sent you. Again, it was really cool for her even to give it some thought. Like, that's so dope. I got a super sticker. Thank you so much, Tracy Renee.
Hey,
Rivera.
Tracy.
Hey,
Appreciate
Tracy.
I think your sip and key partner was going to be coming to tell us her comedic aspect, like how she feels.
I think she had a show. I know she don't want to get slapped either. Y'all keep your hands to yourselves. I'm gonna joke on whoever I want to joke on, and somebody said Will's career is done. I think it's done as well. I think he stopped here at this award that he picked up before he slapped someone, and I think that's the end of it.
You think so? I just see a lot of comedians. I see a lot of comedians trying to gaslight the situation because they might get towed down. But I mean, I agree with what Lonnie. Is her name Lonnie Love?
Yeah, from
Lonnie.
Real,
yeah, I believe in what she said. You have to read the room. You made a joke about her 6 years ago. This is Will's night. He's sitting right in the front. Why would you attack his wife?
What we've learned is that he can't read the room.
Are you ready? Backstage.
What we've learned is that he cannot read the room.
What's up, Jolene?
Hey, Jolene.
Hey, Jolene.
Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm good.
This feels like a winning team.
Thanks for having me. I feel very lucky to be with all of you gentlemen. I missed everything you were talking about because I was watching Big Brother Canada for my live later. So catch me up, please.
Do you want to be slapped?
Y'all want to tell her what the votes were? The chat does feel like Will Smith was wrong.
So what happened?
Will Smith was wrong, and Chris was not wrong.
So no, that's not true. So basically, Jolene, everybody can agree that Will was wrong for going on stage and slapping Chris Rock, but that's the general consensus. But what everybody is torn between is if Jada was under attack or not. Was Chris wrong in what he said, or could he just continue to attack Jada because he's a comic?
Okay. So obviously, as a comedian, I have, I guess, strong opinions about this. I agree. Like, Will Smith shouldn't hit Chris Rock because as a comedian, I don't want to get slapped. So I can't condone the slapping or violence toward another comedian. There have been many times. I've been doing comedy since 2009. I've traveled the country, the world, and there's been many times I've felt scared. I've had people charge the stage. These two like methed out chicks charged the stage at this crazy bar show in Phoenix. And I don't even know what I said. They didn't even know what I said. It's just sometimes people get, and this isn't Will Smith, you know, that's a totally different situation, but sometimes people get so intoxicated or they just hate your face. You know, they're having a bad day. And so they start charging the stage, and I'm thinking, these chicks are going to beat me up. Luckily, the bar had better security than the Oscars, and they did not let them up on the stage. But there's been times I've been at big clubs like the Tempe Improv, and I have been, you know, being a woman in comedy, I think there's different, it's a different experience, you know, than for a lot of men, or I should say straight men, because I think that, you know, any LGBTQIA comedian, you know, any comedian of color, obviously it's going to be a different experience, but just being a woman is what I can speak from. And I've had quite a few creepers. I've had to been walked out to my car. I've had dudes corner me. I've had people want to fight me. And this is all for jokes. And I hear a lot of arguments that people feel as though comedians can get away with being mean and hide behind it's a joke. I think the number one rule of comedy that is really important to remember for most comedians is always punch up. So in this situation, it can be seen as punching up because you are, Chris Rock is on a very high level. Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, very high level as well. However, Chris Rock has been, in the past, you know, he has been criticized for coming at his own community, and not that I'm here to speak on that because but and also Black women in general, I think, and I've read so many articles now and think pieces from people. So I want to be like cognizant and understand my privilege in this and that. I do. Like, I don't want to be, are you laughing at me or Zeus Network?
Zeus Network. Zeus.
Okay. Because I was like, okay. Shout out to Zeus Network. Okay. And yeah, so I think obviously super don't hit comedians, please, please, please. It's the last art form we have where we are encouraged to say things that normally you can't say. I feel as though we're at this point in society, and I don't really understand it, where we're holding comedians at higher levels than we do our leaders. We literally get on stage and tell dick jokes. I talk about jizz sometimes. So do, my coworkers. It's a place you go, you have drinks, you watch. It's the last art form that people will pay for, where one person stands on a stage alone with a microphone. You don't have a band, you don't have anything, and people still want to see that shit. And in 2022, that's an amazing art form. But it doesn't come without responsibility, and it doesn't come without consequences. But the consequence should never be violence. It shouldn't. Now, the best way to, if you were mad at the Chris Rock joke, I mean, not Will Smith, I guess, is to not support that comedian. We get a lot of, Dave Chappelle has gotten a lot of, he should be canceled. He can't say this, he can't say that, but he can say it. And that's what comedy is about. You, as the consumer, have every right not to support him. You have every right not to buy a ticket, to tell your friends you don't like him, but to completely cancel people and stop people from this like freedom of speech is a scary place when we talk. I mean, there's consequence culture, which happens, and then there's cancel culture. And those are two separate things. So I don't know if I'm answering your question, but
girl, no. But
do you think that's really conversely different though? Like consequence and cancel culture. What's the difference?
Yeah.
I do. I think if I get on a podcast and I say something and somebody doesn't like it and I have a sponsor, they'll drop me. Like I had a sponsor drop me. Granted, it was due to someone making up a lie about me, but they didn't want to get involved in the messiness. They dropped me. That's their right to do. It sucks, but that's their right to do. So that's a consequence. Cancel is when you want to take someone's livelihood completely. Do not cancel Will Smith. Do not cancel Chris Rock. We are human beings. I don't know why Will Smith was that charged up about it, but I mean,
his mom and dad trauma issues.
Yeah, there could be a history. There's lots of shit, but as human beings, it's like, I want those two dudes to figure it out. I want to not set a precedent where people think they can ever go on stage. You'd be surprised how many people think they can just jump on stage and take the mic or think they're funny. I mean, Ebony K. Williams did it at a comedy show in New York. And she said, I'm helping. You are not helping. When you are punditing or whatever you do, we don't get on stage and try to do that. When
if it's a Will Packard show, you can. Okay. That's what he's showed us.
But you know what I mean? So I understand there's layers to this shit, though. Like, it's not so cut and dry. And there's a history there, but it's just sets such a shitty precedent for people to be okay with someone assaulting an artist.
Okay, but Jolene, do you think that Cheryl Underwood is?
Oh my God!
She said, "If you don't like my joke, do you now believe that you can get?" Listen, I will for Cheryl Underwood. I will. It is no joke sometimes being a chick in comedy. I mean, honestly though, Cheryl, I think we should be more afraid at her level. I don't know. Well, maybe, but I'm more afraid of
security. This woman, like the boy said, is gaslighting the situation.
Well, there's going to be
is she?
Lots of people jumping on. It's hard because she's at a different level, obviously, than I am. But
I'm gonna stop talking about my soror. See, don't put that picture up no more, Mims. Or I'm slapping.
She got too much money for them gums to still look like that.
Can we see yours? We got to back up off of her.
We can Z5B. Z
and we go to it now.
I get what
she's saying. You were saying, go ahead, Jolene.
I do get what she's saying. It's shitty. It's shitty when you don't like. Cheryl Underwood does not have security. She does not go around with security. That is not how a lot of these comedians roll. Comedy, like even when you're at a high level, even like a Dave Chappelle, like Dave Chappelle will literally come into the Hollywood Improv Lab and he will, which is the smaller room on the side, and he will just come in all chill and do 3 hours smoking cigarettes, drinking, what does he always drink? It's that certain kind of beer. It's gross. I forget. Well, he likes it. No, it's kind of like a craft beer sort of thing. I don't know. But he'll go in there and they're not rolling with big entourages, and you never know the different places you might perform. Comedians at a lot of levels, sometimes the bigger comics like to just pop into a room and try stuff out because they're not always doing theater tours. They're not always doing comedy clubs. They have to work their shit at lots of different venues. So it is kind of scary to think you could just be by yourself at a club. You're already in a heightened sense of awareness because, at comedy clubs, people are drinking and people tend to get kind of wild. So I could see where she's coming from, to be a little afraid, and then to be a woman in comedy, and then to be a Black woman in comedy, and some of the places you got to travel to in the United States and do comedy. There are so many instances this is just a very high level it's happening at. Comedians get hit all the time.
Jolene, with what you're saying now, did you know he had a learning disability?
Chris Rock?
Yeah.
Yes, because I watched a YouTuber's video. I forget the YouTuber, but they broke it down. They're a really big channel about his childhood and how he was teased and how he's not able to pick up on nonverbal cues. So
being as a comedian on stage, do you think that hinders or helps his comedic career? Do you think he just doesn't care? About those nonverbal cues? He's not receiving them. So he's able to speak freely for the last 30, 40 years and really put people down in a manner that we don't know if it's the NVLD or if it's just who he is as a person. Again, not condoning what Will Smith did. I'm just saying, as a comedian, do you think that type of disability plays into his success as a comedian?
I think it probably helps his success in that he's really, really good with words. He is a wordsmith. You'd be surprised. There are many, many comedians that have Asperger's, like forms of autism. I think Asperger's is a form of autism.
That's what he said. It's one.
Is it Asperger's?
Close
Okay.
to Asperger's.
It's NVLD, a nonverbal learning disability, but it's not Asperger's.
It's so common for a lot of comedians to have conditions like that, or what do they say, because I have ADHD and it's considered like a non-something brain. I don't want to say non-normal because there's no normal brain, but you know what I'm saying? It's a different way. So no, I don't think that I think that if anything probably helps
it.
them.
I feel like you're ready to go there. You're that fear of being embarrassed or whatever is so much more removed.
Yeah, you're right, Busy.
You literally can't read the room. So you're gonna say and do whatever, even more so than someone who can read the room.
I want to thank you so much, AMBW channel, Will's a Simp, and Mace Morrow. Thank you so much.
Come through, Mace Morrow with the hair.
Yeah, Mace. Yeah, I like her. I troll her a little bit on her channel. Gabor.
Jolene, can you answer? Because I don't think it was clear. Do you think that Chris was wrong in any type of way?
No, I don't. I honestly don't.
Being that he made a joke already in 2016 about her on the Oscar stage.
What do you mean he made a joke previously regarding Jada?
Yeah.
You get one joke per person.
Oh, okay. No. I honestly, I don't. I don't think Chris Rock was wrong. As a comedian, I can't sit up here and condemn him making a joke. Can you say it's a bad joke? Sure. Comedy's subjective. You can all say that was a shitty joke, but ultimately it was a G.I. Jane movie joke. I was under the understanding that Chris Rock didn't even know she had alopecia. Now, again, I don't know. I understand. I've read and listened to like what a lot of people have to say. So I do understand the argument of like I've seen so many articles like what is his obsession with Black women's hair? Like why make this movie that basically you said was a documentary but was kind of like roasting women's hair? I've seen interviews where him and Joshua Jackson Pacey from Dawson's Creek was surprised that the first lady would have like he said weave, and it's like wow, Josh, you might want to.
Isn't he married to a Black woman?
Now he is. So I'm just like, all women do different things with their hair. Like, I don't understand. And I don't know. It just was really, but that was a while ago. So hopefully Josh now has been educated on that. But no, I don't think Chris was wrong. I think as a comedian, you have the right to make jokes. That's his job. If you like it, awesome. If you don't support it. Put on Twitter, you don't like it. Say, I think you suck.
Roll your eyes in the front row.
But what I'm saying is, the last time he took the Oscar stage, she was the butt of his joke. And the next time you take the Oscar stage again, out of everything that's going on, you choose to make another joke about this woman again. I think that's kind of bullying. What?
Do people know what he did?
I guess is it because with everything going on with. I guess what do you mean by that? Sorry, Gabor. Do you want me
to play the video
of what?
Of the joke?
No, I'm just saying he talked about what I'm saying is you made a joke about her in 2016 when you hosted the Oscars. The very next time you take the Oscar stage, you make a joke about her specifically again.
She was relevant during that time in 2016, though. Gabor.
She was not relevant this time, though.
Oh, was it the joke like she's only on a TV show, like why is Jada here sort of thing?
No, she was boycotting because her husband didn't get selected, but girl,
Oscar so white.
You were right. The joke was about her not actually being invited, and she wouldn't. Yeah. He said that's like me declining an invite to Rihanna's panties. I would never be invited.
Yeah. And she made she made this big statement about it though. She even put out a video. So she was relevant during the time at something that was still going to happen. He was now asked to host something that she was openly on a TV show protesting. So it's like, well, here she is doing Instagram videos saying not to come, but girl, aren't you on TV? Like you wouldn't have been here in the first place. I didn't think that the joke was off color. And now this one was just like, hey, girl, it's a random part of the bit. The first one, it was not even a random part of the bit.
If somebody said something, if somebody had said something about me twice on the same stage, I would think it was a personal attack on me. At that point, you're not joking anymore. It's something specifically towards me. There's so much stuff going on in the world that you have to say something else to me. Mm-hmm. And I can take a joke. Busy shade me all the time. But what I'm saying is, though, it's like every time he takes the stage, you have something to say about this specific woman.
I honestly, no, I still think that I mean, all jokes aside, but kind of joking, that's a pretty long gap to not talk about her. That's only
he hasn't took the stage.
Well, I mean,
several stages.
He hasn't took the Oscar stage.
My thing with Jada and Will, they are that relevant. They are. You have Red Table Talk, a open forum where you invite people into your life. People are going to have opinions about it. Like, I feel like that's just how it is. I don't know. I guess I don't think that that's too many times for him to talk about it. Did I think the joke was awesome? No, it was dumb. No. It was a dumb joke. Chris Rock could do way better. But the thing I think Chris Rock should have went maybe like a Ricky Gervais way, where I don't know if you guys remember when he hosted the Oscars, but it was, if you guys haven't watched it, go to YouTube and Google. He roasts the shit out of all of Hollywood. He's basically like, this is the last time hosting this. He basically calls them all, pedos and all this stuff. He just is like, you're all hypocrites because you want to stand on this platform, but then you're going to go do a movie for Amazon and iTunes or Apple or whatever. And he killed it because he really was kicking at the utmost highest. But he made a joke about how short Martin Scorsese was. It was like a joke, like Martin Scorsese, something about him going to an amusement park because he had went to an amusement park, I think, before the awards. He's like, but I don't know why he was there. He's not big enough to get on the rides. You know what I mean? So it's like this, everyone who's like toward the front, you kind of get roasted. So when you when you're a comedian, when I'm a comedian, I do look to the first couple rows, and I will have fun and do a little play with people. So no, I still don't think that I didn't like the joke. I mean, it is a G.I. Jane reference, and most people are probably like, what the hell is G.I. Jane? And it would be amazing if they did a G.I. Jane too, because Jada Pinkett Smith would kill it.
Oh, she better not take that role.
Why?
Because of all this.
Yeah, girl, we got people getting slapped and all of this stuff happening now, and you're actually going to play the role. I'll slap her. Okay?
No, she should.
No,
she should make money off this. Go ahead.
Now it's like, why did we even slap in the first place?
You are very violent.
Don't you ever. But we've caused all of this, and then you do the movie. Like, girl, we've gotten to all this outrage. Okay, so much discourse around it, and then you do the film. Now you need to get slapped, because when it was a joke and you rolling your eyes and all of this stuff, all of this huffing and puffing have started, and then you actually do the film, I would be so disgusted. I'm sorry, I'll be disgusted. I'll be disgusted because your husband got the biggest night of his life, and they've made this big hoopla about it, and you do the movie? Girl, you sitting there rolling your eyes in the front row and, oh my God, it's alopecia, and how dare he make that type of joke? But then you do the movie?
She didn't say that, though. No. But that's what I'm saying. I think that, and that's another thing, Jolene. Does Jada have the agency over her body if she did not like a joke to roll her eyes? Everybody keeps trying to blame Jada, but Jada literally said nothing.
No,
all she did was roll her eyes.
Yeah,
she didn't have to fall out laughing at the joke.
No, she doesn't have to laugh. She can sit there stone faced. She has every right to roll her eyes and be like, oh, that's stupid. No, she didn't. I don't feel like Jada did anything wrong.
She took that voodoo doll and she walked him up to the stage. And then he slept. And she put
there's
the
something
back in her purse.
Obviously, there's something deeper there. I mean, this is something I know that, Will Smith, we have seen when people have gotten up in his face or weird fans, he's been known to stand his ground and his boundaries. And if there is this history with Chris Rock, that would make, more sense. But this just seemed like a very big response to something that didn't deserve that big of a response, especially from Will Smith. It's like, I don't know. Yes, exactly. That guy was creepy. Ugh. Like, what was he trying to do? Lick his ear? It was so weird.
So CW said, why is this still an issue? It's been almost a week. So the reason I chose to do this video was because it was such a layered topic. And I didn't get a sense that people felt Chris was right or Will was wrong. It's still a topic of conversation because it speaks to who we are as a people. Like, what do we accept? Do we accept violence? If it were you, would you accept violence? When we throw in the celebrity aspect of it, does it make it okay? That's why I brought up the Cardi B situation. So many people don't like Nicki Minaj. It was okay that she attacked her. Some of those same people are the ones saying that Will should not have attacked Chris. So I just think that we elevate celebrities to this unrealistic standard that they will never live up to. That's why you should not use a celebrity as your child's grow up to be like this person. You don't know if this person is a pedo. You don't know anything about these people other than what they choose to present.
And comedians we're interesting folk. I mean, don't meet your heroes. If you got a favorite comic, just probably never meet him, except for Charlie Murphy, R.I.P. Charlie Murphy. He was like the nicest, most real, normal, cool person. But I think that's because he started comedy very later in life. But other than that, don't meet anybody. Don't even meet me. Don't meet me.
Trash in real life, trash.
But did you guys have any final thoughts? Because again, I thought we would have some. I thought that we would agree, but we don't. We don't agree on much.
I think that we all agree that Will was wrong.
Yeah, we can't do there.
We did a poll. Most people said they were wrong, that he was wrong.
It's amazing. I didn't think he would that many people, I guess, would be as supportive of him slapping Chris Rock. But again, like you said, this is this has so many layers to it. And I think there's a lot of, you know, it's also people's feelings toward Chris Rock. People may have been upset with him for a long time and think kind of, you know, he's had this coming with the things he's been talking about and such. And it's also like a teams thing. Now we're picking sides. So it is it's interesting, but it's definitely, this isn't a new thing. This happens all the time on smaller levels at clubs. There are people who get beat the F up. My friend just posted a picture when she was at a club and some woman charged the stage and hit her in the face and she was all bloody. And a lot of comedy clubs don't even protect you. So it's just like, she looked like that. That's
quad up. You gonna start putting quad up because you don't got nothing to do. I did hear that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, they were hanging around Monique from Potomac before they got to the Oscars. So I did hear
that's as old as the G.I. Jane.
I heard that Monique and Portia, they were having a roundtable discussion at the Red Table Talk before they went to the Oscars. Will Smith, Portia, and Monique were all sitting down having a conversation. So maybe some of that spirit of protect my family, fight my family, did something to my family. They speak about my family came out, and maybe that I'm just saying maybe that's what happened. I think this was all Will Smith's fault, and he need to be slapped with a fine.
It says, "I love Will, but he was never supposed to touch another person. I'm currently reading his book. I think he needs to talk to a therapist or a life coach or take care of his childhood trauma." That's fair.
I mean,
he took away everybody's moment, everyone's moment. He took away everyone's moment. Questlove needs to find Will Smith and slap him. He had an amazing speech about his daddy and the loss of his father and how much work he put into the documentary. And who remembers it?
I feel like it was Chris's fault. Chris should have just read the envelope after he did the little boring joke about Penelope and her husband.
It was a horrible joke.
That wasn't a good joke either. That was not, in my opinion.
But it wasn't. It wasn't nasty either.
Your wife's gonna be mad, so you can't enjoy something because God knows if a man gets something and a woman doesn't get it, there's hell to pay. It's kind of just. But I mean, that's what he chose to do, and he has every right to do that, and we have every right to not laugh. That's the great thing. You have every right to not buy tickets. But last I heard, tickets were going on his last show for $60, and then after this happened, they're going for as high as $8,000. Someone paid.
Wow!
Oh, that was somebody from TMZ trying to get the clip.
And he said, "I'm not talking about it until my next tour, because as a comedian, he's probably working his new hour, his new special. He's got to do that. He's been working on it, and now he already has another, hour coming. So ultimately, it will be a gift. Chris Rock will do stuff with it. Red Table Talk will do stuff with it. Will Smith will write another book about it. Everyone will make money, and we'll all stay poor. We will all stay poor, and they will get rich because these are rich people problems. They really are."
But okay. Thank you guys so much for coming up. This felt really cool. I appreciate everybody. Thank you, Gabor, Busy, Jolene. You guys know they all have a channel. Sub to Sip and Key. Right?
Yes, we got to get to 1K, you guys. We're like over 600. Me and Busy started a new channel for our show, Sip and Key. You can sub to our separate channels if you don't already. We'd appreciate it. But if we can get to 1K,
it'll be awesome.
Oh my God.
Make sure that you subscribe. We'll be live this Saturday. We're having our Peace Summit. So make sure that you subscribe and you attend our Peace Summit.
It might be tomorrow.
It might be tomorrow.
We'll have to talk.
Just make sure you're not attacking nobody.
We don't want to get slapped.
And make sure you don't call Busy because he won't answer.
That's true. Do not
return a call.
You do owe me a call.
Don't answer.
They said the blowjos are in the chat. So yeah, they have a channel, Sip and Key. And Rebecca, thank you so much, Rebecca McCarthy, for the super sticker. So we're gonna go ahead and head out.
And great job, Mims. You're killing it. Your channel's killing it. I love the topics, the panels, all the people you have up. I watched the last one you had about this when Busy popped up. You had so many differing opinions. It was so fun to watch. So
really, they cussed me out. They drove me out.
No, you lasted pretty long.
I was
And-
beat up and I left, so I was like,
no, you and Cotty. Oh my God, you couldn't have two differing perspectives, and I loved every minute of it. When Cotty was like, "I beat people up at work," I was like, "Oh my God, I love her." I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
I got another super sticker. It says, "I'll be damned if comedians can't roast anymore." That's
they
true.
can. They just will get slapped. They gotta wear. Put that picture back up on memes of whatever Chris Rock had on. You have to have your prosthetic cheek on, and then you'll be able to take the slaps like a pro. So ask Chris Rock what he had on. You would just be able to put that on. And you'll
Oh,
be
the
able to
prosthetic
take-
one?
Yeah,
Oh.
you'll be able to take your slaps like a pro. You'll be able to host any award show with this fake cheek.
This is a
He
mess.
did look. I mean, Chris already kind of talks a little bit like from the side, but it looked like he twisted his face even more.
This
No,
is
this is
real life.
Again. Oh, I got another super sticker. It says DJ. Oh, this is
Yay.
super sticker.
Yo,
Thank you
what
so
up,
much. I appreciate you guys
guys?
supporting my channel.
Is
I really
Nana
do.
here? I bet you Nana's watching.
Hey, Nana.
I haven't seen her. I haven't seen any dirty jokes.
Yeah,
Oh,
she would
Again,
have
yeah.
dirty jokes.
Everybody has a channel. Make sure Andrew Gabor, I think he usually goes on around lunchtime. Hilarious.
Gabor's killing it. Gabor, way to go.
Thank you. I'm
Right.
trying.
But okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.